This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas. Magazine publisher and entrepreneur Judith Mancini, sharing captivating conversations with experts in their field about the latest trends in our ever-changing world to help you become healthy, wealthy, and wise. Judith Mancini Today will spark your interest and inspire you to lead your best life ever. And now, here's Judith.
Judith Mancini Today is sponsored by Basic Brands, Inc., providing the highest quality specialty products in the natural food industry. Visit basicbrandsinc.com and enter JMT15 for your 15% discount on your first order, including their best-selling vitamin E ointment, which helps restore moisture and elasticity to your skin. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're all enjoying life. It's a little hot in parts of the country, so be sure you hydrate. And it's a little stressful. Would you like to reduce some of your weight, live a peaceful life, restore your energy, and develop healthy eating plans? My top priority right now is reducing the stress from inflation. So here we have somebody who's going to help you, Deane Kale. She's a health and wellness coach, and she can help you do all of that. She helps her people get mentally fit with her diet and equipped to lead a healthier life. Welcome, Diane.
Well, thank you very much, Judith. I appreciate that. So happy to be here.
Thank you. I'm happy you're here. Diane is my angel. I have decided to call her my angel. She did something very, very special for me a little bit ago when I was in a very low place. So thank you, Diane, so much. I just wanted to share that with everybody because you're an Irish angel and I'm Irish also. So we have lots of things in common. And Diane was on Dishing with Judith with me a couple years ago, 3 years ago, maybe. And she was so fabulous and had such great ideas and recipes and everything. I had to bring her back. So here she is. And Diane, let's start with how you got into the business, what you studied in school, and your continuing education.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so I majored in dietetics in college. I went to CSUN here in California, California State University of Northridge, and I majored in dietetics. And so nutrition has always been a big part of my life. Getting people healthy was something I had wanted to do many, many years ago. Life happened and that just, I was not able to become a dietitian, just, got married, had a baby, moved out to a town farther away from my school and just didn't completely finish it. I ended up going back to school later, got my degree in family and consumer science education. So it was kind of like education and whole health was my focus. So this program literally fell in my lap about 10 years ago. And I had a health coach and she helped me get my weight off. And about 3 weeks in, I lost about 20 pounds in 10 weeks. And it was the easiest thing I'd ever done. And the reason being is that I changed my mindset. I had been on so many diets for 30 years. Yo-yo dieting, going on and off and taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Let me just insert this thought. I have the opportunity to put many people that are in the diet business on my show. And I've never had anybody on because, quite frankly, I would not use any of their programs. And a lot of them are just into making money. This is why I have Diane, because although I've not used her program, I think it's the best thing out there, and she has so much integrity, and that's why I have her on. So excuse me for interrupting, but I wanted to tell everybody that.
Worth the interrupt. Thank you, Judith. So I was on the program for 10 weeks. I lost my 20 pounds, not unusual. It's just, and it's not a miracle. It just worked. We got out of diet mode immediately. My health coach walked the walk with me. She gave me best practices. And within 3 weeks, I decided I'm going to start doing this program. I'm going to teach people how to do this. I'm going to become a health coach. So I became a certified health coach with this program. This program was created by a doctor. And he basically said, you know what, as a doctor, I can't get people healthy. I can save lives. America has the greatest medicines in the world, but to get healthy, it's very difficult to do that as a doctor. So he basically quit his practice and he created this program. And so as a science major, this program is literally very science-based. And going back through all the nutrition I had learned and whole health that I had learned, the doctor made sense. And so I wanted to be a part of what he was a part of. I wanted to be a part of what he was a part of. So within 3 weeks, I became a health coach. My very first client was my sister-in-law, and she was put in the hospital with pancreatitis. And because of her blood pressure medicine, very dangerous, she thought she was going to die. She was very, very scared.
Well, so that is a very frightening thing to happen.
It's so frightening, so frightening. So she saw that I had lost some weight, and she goes, Diane, what are you doing? I want to do what you're doing. So I said, well, I just became a health coach. Let's do this together. So as my first client, I got to practice on her, and she literally gave me the courage to get out there and get a lot of people healthy. So she inspired a lot of people. And then my business started to grow. And it's just been an amazing 10 years of getting a lot of people healthy. She not only got off all of her medicine, now she's living a life of health and wellness.
That's remarkable. Getting off the medication is so important. And that's one thing I try to tell my friends. Nobody can stop aging. We just do. And we're so fortunate to be able to age. But I'm not in favor of all these drugs, what do you call them? The Lipitors and statins and things like that, and the high blood pressure medication. I'm for what you're doing, the healthy way to it. Now, you shouldn't do any of this until you have your doctor check you out, though.
Absolutely.
This is not a crazy diet that's going to make you drop down. This is a sensible diet.
It's really not even a diet.
Lifestyle. Right, exactly. It's a lifestyle.
We get you out of diet mentality. Willpower, of course, gets people started. Motivation gets you started, but we really focus on your why. What do you want to accomplish? So I do a nice, I do a health assessment on every person that I work with. We really focus on what do you want to accomplish? Why do you want to accomplish this? Why do you want to lose the weight? And you get every single reason across the board. I just want to feel more comfortable. I want to fit into some clothes in my closet. I want to be able to bend over without passing out, losing my breath. I want to be able to sit in a seat in the airport and not have to get an extender. My knees hurt, my hips hurt, my feet hurt. So many reasons. So we really focus on that, help them stay focused on their goals. I help them set some structure in place. And then we start creating a healthy mindset. That's what it's all about. You can't be on a diet. Diets don't work because a lot of times and I don't know if you've ever done this, and I did have many years have done this. You go on a diet, you lose a few 10 pounds, and then you go back to the old habits. And of course, what's going to happen? The weight's going to come back, and with a vengeance, plus some, which happened to me many times. So it's just really getting out of diet mentality and just really working on creating the healthy habits that you need. And the healthy habits are so easy. It's just creating, sleeping more, adding a few more hours of sleep in your life.
Sleep is so important. I wasn't sleeping after my little incident in my life, and that made me sick. I mean, you really can get very ill doing it. I don't mean I was sick. I had to go to the hospital or anything, but it was just it just isn't conducive to a healthy lifestyle if you can't sleep 6 hours.
Right.
Or
so
more
this really focuses on whole health, Judith. It's not just food. It's whole health.
And that's what I think is so great.
Yeah, it is. We talk about sleep. We say sleep is nature's nurse because, it takes about 7 hours to do a reset on your mental, your body. Your body needs rest. A lot of times if people aren't sleeping, their body isn't going to release the weight. It kind of gathers around your belly. So we talk about hydration and how important getting, a minimum of 64 ounces of water in your body a day, and if you're not getting that, it's, working up to that, because it's very, very important. I carry this around with me all the time. Fill it up with ice. Water's free and it fills you up, and there's 0 calories.
Exactly. I'm a big water fan also. I don't drink juices.
Yeah.
I mean, I will confess to maybe a mimosa if I go out for brunch, but
yeah,
I ask for mostly champagne and only a little bit of the juice.
Exactly.
No, I agree with you. I think water, everything looks better when you hydrate.
Your organs are much happier when you're drinking. And then learning to get stress out of your life. Those are 2 big ones, 3 big ones: water, hydration, and stress. I mean, if your body's under a tremendous amount of stress, your body's going to hang on to the fat and not release it. It's just a survival mechanism. So we just really work on getting the stress. And the doctor, well, I'll tell you, he created these 2 amazing books. And one of them is really an education in whole health. And the other one is really works on mindset. So,
well, those are 2 important things. The whole health involves mindset. So which came first when you were giving them to people? You give them the mindset first?
I work on mindset.
Do they both come together? How does that work?
Well, I really work when I do a health assessment, my very first question is why? Why do you want to get healthy? What's life going to look like when you get to your healthy weight? What will you be able to do that you can't do now? And then let them dream about, gosh, I used to be able to ride my bike. I used to go surfing, and I haven't been able to do that in 20 years. So it's just those kind of little things that help people dream. So there's the mindset shifting already. And then, help them stay focused. That my role is to guide and support my clients and help them stay focused on their journey. I can't want this for more than they want it, but I don't leave my clients behind.
Right. Now, how long is the program?
So the program really there is no end date, because once you learn this, you're not going to unlearn it. So it's not a financial thing. It's a mindset. So for me, I've been doing this for 10 years. And it's what I mean by that is, do I eat first thing in the morning? Yes. Do I eat little bits all day? Yes. That's what I learned in this program. Like I said, I was a dietetics major. That I didn't learn. I learned the science of food. I understand carbs, protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals. I understand all of that. Microbiology, organic chemistry, I got that down. None of it helped me get my weight off, to be honest with you. So once I learned the basics, the science behind eating little bits throughout the day, keeping your blood sugars level all day, not turning on your insulin pump, keeping it asleep, a lot of diabetics, this is a great program for diabetics, because that's what their doctors are telling them: eat low glycemic. So this is a program that offers that. And then you're just working on sleep, getting stress out of your life, starting to live your best life. If you're not living your best life, then it would be a great conversation to have.
Yes, because it's sad if you can't be living your best life. And as we're aging, and more of my friends are crossing that line between 60 and 70 and 80, I'm trying to encourage them to do these things, because I'm no spring chicken.
Well, you are. Right. You look amazing.
Well, thank you. But you know what? It's because I try to take care of myself. And the one thing that's missing in my life right now is walking like I enjoy doing. So I'm trying to get back into that.
But so you learned at a young age that that's what it takes to stay healthy. I mean, Judith, you look amazing and always have.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it just takes a little bit of work. It's not a lot of work. It's just making little habits.
Yes, and it's your mindset too. Do you want to stay healthy? Do you want to stay looking good? But not everybody knows. I owned a publishing company, and it was health and nutrition, and it was in the integrative, alternative, whatever you want to call it these days.
Yeah.
If you've got your appendix bursting, you need a medical doctor.
Yes.
If you want to get healthy, there are alternative ways to do it. It's by eating a healthy diet and exercising, mindset, and all of that. So I was pretty young when I took over the publishing company and this magazine, and I changed some things in my life.
Yeah.
So that I would.
It's just bringing attention to it, and just educating and bringing attention to, what, if you're not living your best life, let me teach you how, and what we're going to work on is, again, eating first thing in the morning, eating little bits, low glycemic, that means low carbs throughout the day, getting your water in, getting your sleep in, getting a little bit of exercise. Exercise is not going to get the weight off, but it's going to help you keep it off. So exercise is very important. And there was a doctor, and if people are very, very overweight, I wouldn't suggest exercising because it could really hurt your joints. And then an orthopedic surgeon told me this, and it's really important to know this. And a physical therapist backed him up. They call it the 1-4 rule. Every pound you lose off your body, you lose 4 pounds of pressure off your knees and your feet.
Wow, that's a lot.
And 6 pounds off your hips.
That's amazing. I had never heard that statistic.
Yeah. So the first 10 pounds, you're going to have 60 pounds of pressure off your hips and 40 off your knees and feet. You really feel that.
Yes. And it would eliminate having to go have hip replacements and knee replacements and things like this if you continue to do it.
Yep. So I get to, help people. We dial down their sugars. We dial down their salts. We get the inflammatory foods out of their system. And then all of a sudden they have more energy. They're feeling good, they're seeing progress, and their mind is in it. And when your mind and your body become best friends, I'll tell you, there's no stopping you. There's literally no stopping you.
That's true. Absolutely true. So what happens if I go to your website, which will be scrolling off and on the bottom of our television shot here. So look at the Cryon down below in her website. You can mention your website right now, Diane, so they'll know what they're looking for.
Sure. It's Diane, Diane, 4, health.com.
Okay.
And there's a place there you can get a hold of me. There's many sections that you can get a hold of me on my website. And it's just, reach out. My phone number's on there. Call me, text me. I am offering, there it is. I am, for your viewers, I am offering a $50 off the program. So the program includes 4 components. First is a free health coach. So my service is free. Second is the education component. It's going to be the books that I spoke about that the doctor wrote. The third component is creating a healthy community. So tap you into a healthy community. If you don't have one, we created one, and it's going to be a very supportive community, Facebook and other avenues as well. And then there's a food component. So it's a quick grab and go, and also whole foods. So the quick grab and go is part of the program. Literally, think at the center of the store. It's going to be your bars, shakes, soups, stews, muffins, biscuits, all of the stuff that you would normally find in the center of the store that you wouldn't be buying. It would be part of the program. And so that's what's going to teach you to eat little bits throughout the day. And it's food for now, not forever. So although I still do eat it because I really do enjoy it, and it's very high in nutrients.
Is this under the, I can't pronounce this correctly, Optiva?
Optavia, yep.
Optavia.
Mm-hmm.
Is he Italian?
No, it just means the optimal way. It's a made-up word. It just means Optavia. Optavia.
I was speaking Spanish or Italian and figuring where to put the accent.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Eventually, he wants to be international, so he is in Singapore and Hong Kong now.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah. So
now, so it's in the middle of the store. Like there's Dr. Atkins and people that have been around for hundreds of years, basically. Yep. Are your products in the store by those? So you can only get them through your program?
Yep. Yes, you can. Only doctors were able to do this at one time. And now they opened it up, and he added a health coach to the program. The success rate went up tremendously.
Oh, I can imagine.
When someone's ready to make a lifestyle change and they have guidance, they're 85% more successful on the program when they have success, when they have guidance. And I'm just giving best practices. I can't be attached to my client's outcome, but I'm going to give them all the best practices that has helped me and many of my clients. I have a client that just recently, her anniversary was yesterday, 1 year on this program, has lost over 110 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations to her.
Yeah. And I got a girl in Iowa, that same thing, 115 by now. And she is, she goes, Diane, I don't ever want to be that person again. I don't ever want to be. And I've never felt this pretty in my life. And she's 56 years old. So it's very cool to be able to walk that journey with somebody and just share that with them each week.
Well, I think there's a big need for coaches because you don't go out and play tennis or basketball or act as an actor without a coach. So why not have a health coach with your program you're using
Exactly.
to help you along with it?
Exactly.
A very
And
big component of it.
I mean, I've been doing this 10 years and my clients hear from me every week, a touch of a newsletter or something. But like I said, I've been doing this 10 years. So it's, I've got a lot of clients and they will hear from me often. And then I have a lot of inspiration on my Facebook page as well. And I just give out lots of recipes. And if anybody's,
Your
so
recipes are fantastic.
Did you look at those? Yes.
Yes, I do look at those and I use them occasionally too. So we don't go out as much as we used to when we lived on for those of you who don't know, we're in California, we're in Southern California and we're out close to the ocean and close to the valley. So we used to live on the west side of town where there was just a tremendous amount of restaurants and also we used to go out a lot because we were both working.
Yeah. So fun.
But those are healthy restaurants. You can choose what you want, but now we're at home cooking.
It's so easy. I mean, really, when you just have to go with the program, all you have to do is create one meal while you're losing. It's going to be protein and vegetables. And then the program incorporates these quick grab and go bars and shakes and whatnot. So the weight comes off pretty rapidly. I mean, not dangerously rapidly, but you're going to have success right away. I've never had anybody not lose weight. It's just
it's a healthy way to lose your weight. It's not fasting for hours and hours to the point where you're getting dizzy when you stand up and that craziness. And I cannot quite get it through my head what this intermittent fasting is because it doesn't make any sense to me. However,
your body if you use your brain, your body must have carbs. Your body needs carbs.
Absolutely. But a lot of athletes pile on the carbs before they go perform.
Yeah. Well, it's going to get stored and then it just releases and there's a science behind it.
Yes, there is. There is a reason to have carbs in your diet.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Not to excess.
So we are a carb loaded society. Everything has carbs in it for the most part. So, we kind of dial down that and then really teach you balance. Protein, fats, and carbs. You need balance. So it's not going to restrict. It's just going to give you balance. And then we run mindset. So truly, this program works if you work it.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line. It works if you work it.
Absolutely. So I come to you from your website, and the first thing that I get is an assessment from you.
We do an assessment.
And then I join the program, or do I join the program? And how does this work?
So I have a conversation with every client I talk to or pre-client. We have a conversation and we really focus on what you want. Why do you want it? And then we do a little bit, a little background, medicines, illnesses. I need to know the person that I'm speaking to. I need to know what's their background in health. And then we really talk about their healthy habits. I mean, their habits, and we talk about how important they are to become healthy. So we're going to talk about sleep. We're going to talk about, on a scale from 1 to 10, where's your stress? On a scale from 1 to 10, how much energy do you have? If they're talking to a number 2 or 3, that's something that that's going to be one of their focuses is having more energy. I mean, honestly, I feel stronger and I have more energy than I've had in 30 years.
Wow.
But I'm working on ultra health. I go to the gym every day. I really there are some days that I don't make healthy choices, but you know what? Your body can recover from 1 or 2 days, but day in and day out, it's very hard for your body to recover from unhealthy choices. So I give my clients strategies on how to get through those tough times when there's presented with pizza and beer. There's going to be strategies that we work on. So it all starts with mindset.
I've looked at your recipes and I think they're just marvelous. I couldn't get into the cauliflower pizza. I haven't
Oh,
I haven't tried it yet because to me it's too labor intensive. I didn't even read the whole recipe, so maybe you already know this.
yeah.
You can buy
Yep.
minced up cauliflower at Trader Joe's.
I know. I had it last night. It was delicious.
I couldn't believe it. When I was in there a couple days ago, I saw that. I didn't buy it at the time because I wasn't going home, and it's in the freezer section.
Yeah, I'm going to use
So,
that and make a cauliflower pizza crust because it's delicious. It's just the recipe is just cauliflower, eggs, and cheese, and then
yeah,
spices, whatever spices you like. And then you just mix it up, put it in the oven. I like to flip it, put it in the oven again. It's so easy and it's delicious. And you feel like you're having a pizza.
yeah, and I do like my pizza,
I
so you can put your healthy ingredients on top of it, right?
Exactly. I know. Well, I make one. I have one that's kale cauliflower. It's a little play on names because my last name is Kale. How lucky is that?
I love it. It's the perfect name.
And people ask me, Diane, did you make up that name? I'm like, nope. I was Kale before Kale was cool.
Yeah, that's right.
So it really works.
Well, I like mushrooms on my pizza, so I think mushrooms are pretty healthy, right?
They're extremely healthy, and everybody
Yes.
should. Dr. Anderson talks about that in the book about how you should have several mushrooms a day. They're that
Oh,
they're that healthy.
well, I try to
So
eat them a couple times a week, actually.
good. That's why you look so amazing, Judith.
Well, I don't know why mushrooms have such a bad rap. They are not, all mushrooms are not hallucinogenic or poisonous. So
They
you
do
can
get
get
a
a
bad
good
rap.
variety at Trader Joe's, at the grocery
Yep.
store, or whatever. And they're in French cooking, Italian
Yeah.
cooking, Mexican cooking. They're in everything. So you should
Yep.
try them because they're good and healthy.
Yeah. Educate yourself. They're really important.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food, gosh, I'm not a huge foodie. I just like to eat healthy. I love vegetables. I don't have a favorite food to be honest with you. I just what? Food's gonna heal you or it's gonna harm you, and you get to choose. So I choose. I love feeling good, and it's not every day that I make the healthiest choices, but most days I do make really healthy choices, and because I love waking up feeling good.
It makes a big difference. And if you're not eating a huge meal at night with lots of carbs or lots of overloading on the protein with a
Yeah.
big, huge steak and things like that, you just feel so bloated and so horrible. And
Yep.
I totally agree with you. But I do
Yep.
believe in a lot of protein when you get to be this age.
Yes. Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a
there's
balance. There
healthy
has to be a
protein.
balance. Yeah. And you can get your protein in, through vegetarian as well,
Yes.
means, but it's just, protein is important. Carbs are important and fat's important. They're all important, but it's like the healthy fats, not the trans fats, the healthy fats.
The healthy fats, such as,
Avocados, olive oil, olives, just, any kind of typical oil that's, all, different avocado oil, different kinds of fats like that. Yeah.
now I love the
Not nuts.
marinated olive bar at Gelson's or Bristol Farms or someplace like that
Right.
because they've got the olive oil on it and the olives are healthy. So I think that's a great snack
Yeah.
or hors d'oeuvre before we have dinner.
That's why your skin looks so amazing.
Well, thank you. A little help from my skincare and that too. So, but
Yeah.
yes, you do need oils, and people who cut them all out
No.
are not
No.
healthy.
No.
And eating potato chips with oil on them is not going to help you.
You're right. Those are the trans fat. That's the fats that you
That's
want to,
right. That's
I
right.
mean, learn to read labels. I mean, that's something that I love teaching about is learning to read labels. You're going to learn that right away. The labels, always look at the serving size,
Yes.
really important. And then the calorie, what the serving size is, and then what's the calories, and then start looking at the fats. What kind of fats? If there's trans fats, put it back on the shelf. Don't buy them. Saturated fats,
No,
not
no.
good.
I'm
Not good.
S&T. No, no.
No. And then your carbs and your fat and your protein. It's just,
And I look at the sugars too,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
unbeknownst to a lot of people, a lot of processed food, for lack of a better word. If you're buying soup in a can, and it's even a healthy soup coming from a health-oriented company, they still have added sugars in them a lot of the time because of the
Even
flavor
yeah,
or
I
too much
just
sodium.
well just recently. I mean, sugar is addictive, and they, of course, the food industry wants you to eat their food, so they add sugar.
That's right.
Read the label on wheat thins.
Oh,
Disappointing. They're delicious, but disappointingly they're delicious because there's sugar in there. There shouldn't be
sure.
sugar in wheat thins.
Well, when I was working and my kids were young, oftentimes I think most mothers do give Cheerios to their babies because they're easy for them to pick up and get in their mouth. But even Cheerios has added sugar in
Yeah,
it.
I don't think it used to, and it's
And
it's
I
very.
don't think it did when my kids were growing up. I'm sure it didn't.
I don't think
Because I
so.
was a crazy health nut then. My grandmother raised me, and she was what you would call a health nut, to the point where we had an orange tree in our backyard. She'd give us fresh squeezed orange juice every morning, but a tiny glass,
Yeah,
what used to be called a juice glass.
right.
But she would always put castor oil in it because she believed that was one of the healthy oils. And she had a little dropper and she'd put that in it. And she wouldn't let us eat anything except whole wheat bread.
Well, you were way, way ahead of your time
Yeah,
for sure. She was.
way
That's
ahead.
awesome. That's awesome.
So
My
I
grandma
think
was
that has
similar.
something to do with.
But she knew that you have to have, in order for your vitamins, your fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, in order for those to be absorbed, you do need healthy fats to get
Yes,
into your body.
absolutely.
So, she may not have known that, or maybe she did know that, but it works.
Well, I don't think she did know that. Maybe handed down from mother to mother or something like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
she did not study it, as far as I know. But
So
she,
Optavia teaches you all this. Optavia does teach you the education, and it's an amazing
it's
education,
important.
and it's legit, because this is what I learned in school as a dietetics major, a science. I mean, I've been in science for a long, long time, and this is science based. It is going to get you to your healthy goal. It's just having a health coach walk the walk with you, having someone to check in with you in a loving way, not a judging way, you know, and then learning to helping you take back control of your eating habits and your health. So it's amazing to be back in control, because you're not going to play victim to food anymore. And it's so easy to do. Oh, I
Oh,
cheated, I
very
fell off the
easy.
wagon.
And it's easy to stop by the store and pick up a pre-made sandwich with all sorts of goop on it and everything else. And it tastes good.
Exactly.
Of course
Yeah.
it does, because
Yes.
it's got all this extra stuff in it. But mothers could get it through their heads to do more cooking at home
Yes.
and make it fun and teach the kids how to do it. I fed my kids pretty healthy. And if they wanted Mexican food, they would get a tortilla. They didn't have the selection they have now,
Right.
but
Right. And
they
there's a
would
lot.
have chicken in it and red and green peppers in it. Something healthy, but it was still a fun type of dinner, rather than seeing the fillet of
Yeah.
fish from the fish store sitting on their plate every single night. But we eat a lot of fish, my
Yeah.
husband and I
And
do.
variety is important. And I tell my
Yes,
clients, eat the rainbow, eat the
that's
rainbow.
true. That's true.
Lots of different,
No
there's
more.
so much. Go to the farmer's market. There's purple cauliflower now.
Exactly.
How
But
great is that?
it's really great, but what have they done to it to
Yeah, that's
crossbreed it?
true.
That's what
They've
I'm wondering.
they've
And
definitely crossed it.
non-GMO, you can't really trust these signs in the
Yeah.
grocery store. And then, of course, I get really upset when they're telling me that something doesn't have gluten in it, that would never have gluten in it to begin with. It's
Well,
not
it's just
actually.
they're
Yes,
playing to your fears.
exactly. But it should be false advertising in
I
my mind.
know. I know. Like bananas, gluten-free.
Yeah,
You're like,
yes,
wait, no.
exactly. Yeah.
So, that is something else, because of of the education I have. I had a guy come up to me. He's like, yeah, he was talking about his sticky rice. and he goes, yeah, the sticky stuff, like the gluten and rice. I was like, no, okay, no, that's not gluten. That's just starch. So let me educate you on what,
It's just starch in the way it was cooked to make it sticky.
Yes. So gluten really just comes in wheat, rye, and what is the other one? I can't remember. It's only in a few different grains, not in all the grains. So
no,
rice,
it's not. Like it's not
barley, wheat, rye, and barley.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's one of my pet peeves is false advertising for these things.
It plays to their people's fear, you know. Oh, it doesn't have gluten. Oh, good. Cheese. Oh, good. You know, just you guys.
Well, that's the other thing. People think that they're allergic to all of these different things. I can't eat mushrooms. I'm allergic to. Well, maybe they really are.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of anybody being allergic to them.
They might be. And you know what? It's
It
just
could
learning
be,
to,
but
it's going back to healing your gut. A lot of illnesses are happening because of, you know, unhealthy gut. And so I had one myself, but after doing this program, I mean, literally, I thought I was going through menopause, and because I was having night sweats at 3 a.m. for years. And so I started this program, and within the first 5 pounds, my night sweats disappeared, and I've never had them since. Well, I know now it was because what I was eating. I would go all day without eating, thinking that's the way to lose weight. And then I would just have a big dinner. And then what was happening is in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., my insulin pump was turning on. Night sweats were setting in. And it happened every morning at 3 a.m. It's crazy. So I get a good night's sleep now.
Well, I'll tell you, eating healthy also got me through menopause without having some of those crazy symptoms that other people have. And they're very real symptoms. Going through menopause is not an easy thing to do.
No.
It plays with your body. It plays with your mind. It plays with your husband, your kids, and everything else. It just is a crazy time that we women go through. But your diet is something that's really important during this time. And I can understand why you stopped having the night sweats after you started following the healthy.
It healed, and inadvertently it healed my gut. So now, you know, it's like I wake up every day feeling good. I'm at the gym every morning at 6 a.m. I have more energy than I've had in, like I said, 30 years. So, you know, it's just once you learn this program, you're not going to unlearn it.
Well, I think it's excellent, as I've said before. So I'm very happy that you're out there telling people about it. Now, when you sign up for this program, is it a one fee that covers everything for so many months? Or how does it work? Let's let the people know that.
Yeah, great question. So basically, you're buying the first month is going to be the books, and I am offering that for your viewers for free. It's $50 value, and it comes with the program.
That's just fabulous.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of necessary. I mean, for me, the education is key, and so the value is huge. So I'm going to offer that to your viewers.
That's very kind of you. So everybody get on there and contact her through her website there.
And then it's food. Basically what you're purchasing, it averages about $13, $14 a day. And people spend that normally on fast food. And I mean, I had a guy say, gosh, I pay twice as much as I pay $25 a day on my lunches and dinners. Because he goes out.
Oh, easily. $14 a day is like, if you're sharing it with somebody, that's $7 for each of you.
So you're getting 5 meals for $14, $14 a day.
That's amazing.
So you're getting 5 meals, and it averages about $14 a day. And then you are eating 5 meals a day. And all you have to do is go to the market, go to the back of the store, get your protein, swoop around to the side, get your veggies, and get out, because that's all you're going to need. And then what I get to do is teach you how to create healthy meals. You know, on my Facebook page, I have a ton of recipes. The program includes a lot. So my job is to guide and support you to all the resources that we have. And not only just the book, but there's an app that comes with it. There's every Monday morning or evening, we have a health talk that's going to talk about one of the elements. So
Wow.
it's just another health coach. So it's just, the doctor knew how important support is. If you're not getting the support, people fade away. So I take very much pride in taking care of my clients, because really it's the key to the program is the support and the education.
So you actually could get, so you have the support of your family, say your husband or your sister who lives with you or your roommate who lives with you. You could actually get them involved in this too and become very healthy. And that could be your meals, particularly since we've been locked down and eating very unhealthy during lockdown. Well, not very, 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 just
Well,
very.
yeah, a lot of people have gotten away from eating healthy because it's just stress. I mean, food, people put a lot of attachment, a lot of emotion goes into eating food. And one of
Absolutely.
my clients was so great. I said, food is not your friend and food is not comfort. And she goes, you know what? Food is fun. And I said, you're right. Food should be fun. Food, let's take that back and remember that food should be fun. So let's get the emotional attachment away from food and then just create fun, healthy meals that you're going to feel good after you eat and not bogged
Absolutely.
down.
Because if you sit there and you eat chocolate like I do, or I got on an ice cream kick at the beginning of
Oh,
COVID,
yeah.
which is the worst thing in the world because it's so fattening. And it didn't comfort me because after I ate it, a couple hours later, then I feel so like I'd already gained 10 pounds just from eating it and feeling guilty.
Well, that's the
So,
sugar rush. And
yes,
then the insulin pump comes on and it's a sugar crash.
absolutely.
I mean, I worked at a school
Absolutely.
when I was doing this, and you see it with the kids, you see it with the teachers. It's just like you're up, 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 and then crash. You see the kids halfway falling asleep.
And that
So,
ends up being discipline problems too because of the sugar highs.
yep,
A
yep.
lot of this disturbing things that are happening with children can be corrected through diet. So I urge everybody to get onto this
Yeah,
plan. It's really
yeah. It's just,
marvelous.
once mama gets healthy, I tell a lot of people, mom or dad get healthy, the whole family starts to get healthy. Like, honestly, when I did this starting 10 years ago, my husband has never been on the program, but he started changing this because I started changing this in the house and I started feeding differently. So now he eats little bits throughout the day. It's going to be a handful of broccoli, maybe a potato or a hard boiled egg, keeps his energy up all day. He's an electrical contractor. And then, we eat a really healthy meal. So, my first month, he lost 13 pounds without
Well,
even, because
unintentionally, right.
unintentionally. And then he's kept it off. I mean, he looks amazing. My husband looks amazing and he's so healthy and he's still working and he's doing great, but he eats very, very healthy. He makes great healthy choices.
That's important. It's
Yeah.
important to have the whole family doing
Yep.
what you're doing, which you can't do on like Weight Watchers or something like that. And it doesn't last. Almost anybody who goes on those kind of programs, which are prohibitively expensive, they end up gaining all their weight back that they've lost.
Yep. Well, they
So,
don't teach mindset. They don't
no, they
teach.
don't. And they don't teach you healthy eating. If you can
Mm-mm.
go buy the meal in the freezer section and eat that for your
Exactly.
dinner with 400 calories, you're going to end up being hungry.
Yeah. Well, like
And
I said, exactly. Well, like I said before, when your mind and your body become best friends, so your mind obviously is the part of your brain that makes the choices of what goes in your mouth. And so if it's healthy, your body's going to reap the benefits. If it's unhealthy, your body's going to suffer the consequences, right? So
absolutely.
it's just a matter of choices. It's all choices.
Well, Diane, I can't thank you enough for coming and being my guest again on my new show, Judith Mancini Today. And the reason it's that is because everybody evolves. And this is the new Judith Mancini.
I love it. It's so
Teaching you to
fun.
be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And this was our healthy portion of it today. And I thank you for showing people and telling them what they can do to relieve their stress and get more sleep. And such a generous offer you have. So thank you so much. Again, it's Diane for Health at yahoo.com. Thank you so much, Diane. I really appreciate you being my guest today, and I'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Judith. You take care.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That to me is a fascinating interview because everybody wants to be healthier, and this is such a fabulous program. And how about having a health coach like Diane? She's there to hold your hand, so to speak, all the way through it because she's gone through it herself. And it's amazing to have the right mindset and somebody working with you to share your experience. So we thank Diane again. Now, I just want to tell you, we have another great guest coming next week. It's Shawn Simon, and she's written a couple of books. One, she is a certified, has her master's in childhood education therapy, but she's also written a book about stepmoms because she is a stepmom. And it's amusing. She shares some of the other step parents' experiences and hers, and I think you'll enjoy listening to her. And I want to leave you and just tell you that our kids are very important, and now it's summertime, and there's a lot of stress out there with inflation and the war in Ukraine and just all sorts of things. And I know some of you are going to be struggling to put the gas in the car and the food on the table, but don't give up. Remember, we are the greatest country on earth. And if you'll just let your heart and your mind lean on God and say your prayers, we will all come through this together and everything will be okay. I believe that with all my heart. All right. My words to leave you with today are, as always, cherish yesterday, dream tomorrow, and live today. Thank you, everyone.